Happy Weekend Eve, Friday. Made it to the weekend. It is the 19th day. Well, we're not there to the weekend yet. One more day. It's the 19th day of February 2021. I am Dan Koontz. Thanks for starting today with us. It's a little cool outside, a little cloudy, a little foggy. 16 degrees. Today, one more day of kind of what we've been having over the last couple of days. Bit of a change on Saturday, significant change. On Sunday and Monday, it's going to be wetter for certain in the form of rain. It's going to be quite mild. There is, a little atmospheric river. It's going to head our way. It's going to warm us up and give us some rain, but more snow in the upper elevations. It's snowing hard right now in the mountain passes. It's going to snow all weekend long up on the mountain passes. They just can't seem to bust out of that problem that they've been having. I mean, it's a great problem for skiers and snowboarders and snowpack, but for commuters, it hasn't been very pleasant at all. Forecast details are coming up. We got your news to get to. We got sports. Gonzaga rolls right along. Cougars won. Huskies did not. Louisville looked pretty good. And we got some spring training news, too, from Peoria. Plus the obscure holiday today in history, some celebrity birthdays, and everyone is entitled to Mike Minardi's opinion. And it's Friday, and we got two interview segments to send your way today. Pretty happy about that. Had one more chance to check in with Darcy Christofferson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, as we're getting ready for the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant. That'll be 1 week from tomorrow, exclusively right here on the NCW Live channel. There'll be limited seating, but only for invited guests. So if you want to check out who's going to be royalty, you're going to have to watch it on TV, or as we like to say in the business, television. And Darcy will talk about that and all things Apple Blossom in the first part of our interview segment. And then my producer Megan and I had a chance to go down to the brand new location at Sure to Rise Bakery. They've opened up location number 2 in Wenatchee, down along the river at the Riverside Apartments. And we had a great visit with Jason and the whole crew down there, and you're going to like that. We'll have that for you too, coming up in the back half of the hour. 2 minutes after the hour, I don't know what we're going to do camera-wise. Oh, things are looking a lot better. I was outside our studios not 20 minutes ago, and visibility was like nothing, but now that the sun is up, and it has been up for about 5 minutes, it's already starting to burn off the low clouds and the fog. We'll have some sun breaks this afternoon. In fact, sunrise this morning, it already happened. 6:58, sunset tonight, 5:31, 10 hours and 33 minutes of daylight. And by the way, they have not been getting anywhere close to their predicted afternoon highs. They were saying both Thursday and Wednesday we would be kissing 40. We didn't even come close. In fact, yesterday's high was only 29 and our low was 20. Normally, we'd be at 43 and 28. So that cold air just doesn't seem to want to go away, but it is. It'll happen by the weekend. We hope. Camera number 2, where are we off to? We're going to go see the Aranda Rock camera. Yeah, panned all the way back, zoomed all the way back. I think it's about as far back as it can go. See a little traffic on the highway on the Douglas County side of the river. Turtle Rock way off in the distance. We do have a Pine Canyon update for you, by the way. It's still going to be a while because there's snow where the cracks are, where the rock slide happened in Pine Canyon between Orondo and Waterville. They can't really see where the cracks are because it's covered in snow, so that's delayed that project to get Pine Canyon up and running. Camera number 3. Hello, Cashmere. Is that Cashmere? It's got to be Cashmere. Is that the Apple camera? It is the Apple. Okay, of course it is. Yeah, come on, Dan. So still, it looks like Cashmere being a kind of a tucked in little valley there. Looks like they have a little bit more clouds and fog than we have here in Wenatchee, but still the Apple camera, which is up there a ways, is giving us a nice view of Cashmere. And camera number 4 on this Friday morning, we are off to see Bill E. Goat. Looking good. Zoomed in a little bit. Can't quite make out Pateris. Pateris is in the news this morning and not in a good way. Pateris is just below your screen. Brewster is about in the middle of your screen. Way off in the distance is a great swath of Okanogan County from our Billy Goat camera. And you can see the sun is already starting to peek through the clouds up north. Good to see you, Okanogan County. Always a pleasure. All right, one slide to show for you from the National Weather Service, and there are some changes coming this weekend. Not a lot today nor tomorrow. We're kind of still in this pattern. It's going to be maybe a little bit warmer, we hope. Still fairly what we've been dealing with, just a little bit warmer. And then the big change really happens on Sunday and Monday. There's going to be a shift. We're going to have wetter conditions, milder temperatures, snowfall in the upper elevations, the passes are still going to get a lot of snow, but the lower elevations, including the Wenatchee Valley, we are going to see rain, not snow, and considerably milder temperatures. But the best chances of snow continues to be in the mountain area, and we'll have rain and some significant snow melt and very mild temperatures by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. In fact, let's go ahead and show that for you from the National Weather Service. Here's your forecast. Again, 41 might be a little optimistic. We haven't been getting anywhere close to the forecast afternoon high because the cold air just doesn't seem to want to go anywhere. But we'll see what happens. 27 for the overnight low tonight. The transition begins mostly on Saturday afternoon. Sunshine all day Saturday. We're not expecting any morning clouds. We'll get up to about 43 degrees. Saturday night, overnight low of about 32 with a weak little system. We're not expecting any snow. Looks just fine. Then the big changes really start happening on Sunday. We have a chance of rain, especially in the afternoon. A little bit of light snow in the morning, but then we start warming up and we'll have rain by the afternoon, about a 50-50 chance of rain. We'll be in the upper 40s on Sunday. We'll be in the lower 50s on Monday with a good chance of rain. Most of the rain expected on Sunday night into Monday. Look at the overnight low Sunday night. See that? 41. So we are going to get rain overnight Sunday into the Monday morning hours. Then it dries off. We'll get up to 52, and then we have sunshine and slightly cooler temperatures for Tuesday and Wednesday. Not bad at all as we're starting to run out of February. It's the shortest month of the year, and we're right down to the end, only about 8 days left. Sticky up to the mountain passes. It's snowing. Yep, no surprise here. We've been telling you about this. Traction tires are required right now. On I-90, they got compact snow and ice on the roadway. It is snowing, and it's not particularly pleasant. Again, traction tires required at this hour on Snoqualmie. I don't even think we can see Stevens, can we? I guess we can. Traction tires are required on Stevens as well. It is snowing with compact snow and ice on the roadway, and they're going to get snow this afternoon. We'll get to those details in just a little bit. Blewett Pass is a traction tire advisory. They have compact snow and ice on the roadway, and it is snowing there. So if you're taking Blewett and then Snoqualmie, it is traction tires advised on Blewett and then required at this hour on Snoqualmie. If you're just taking the one past Stevens to get over to the Puget Sound area, it's a traction tire requirement. They're looking at anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of snow today, most of it in the afternoon, and then more snow tonight. 2 to 4 inches of snow tonight, 1 to 3 inches on Saturday. The big dumping of snow Saturday night and Sunday. It's going to snow all night Saturday night and all day Sunday. They're talking about 1 foot to 1.5 feet of snow by the time we get to Monday, and then more snow on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. The mountain passes, for the most part, are going to have snow, a lot of it really for the next 4 or 5 days, with the heaviest snow again expected Saturday night and all day Sunday. 8 minutes after the hour, a quick break. When we come back, we'll have your headlines on this Friday morning. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
At Winco, we do everything to save you money. Winco.
Having a relationship with your pediatrician is so important. Feeling that sense of trust, that is priceless. I tell everybody about CVCH. I love it there. When I make an appointment, I don't have to take an entire day off. As a working mom, my life is really busy. Family time is everything. That's what we all work towards. And I feel like CVCH respects that.
The low clouds and fog are beginning the burning off process as the sun continues to climb in the sky. 17 degrees will be, they tell us, up near 40 with some sun breaks this afternoon. Bountiful sunshine on Saturday, and then wet and warm by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. Here are your headlines. A youth basketball tournament, which was held despite COVID-19 restrictions, has become an epicenter for infections in multiple counties. The tournament took place at a private facility in Pateros back on February 6th. And Okanagan County Public Health now says it's responsible for 6 new cases there, plus possible exposures for people who attended from Okanagan, Chelan, and Kittitas counties. Okanagan and the surrounding counties were all in phase 1 of the state's pandemic restrictions at the time of the tournament, meaning competitive sport events like basketball were off limits. Well, under the current phase 2, only practice and training are allowed. Tournaments of all kinds remain prohibited. Anybody who attended the tournament should be tested as soon as they can for COVID-19. The Wenatchee Valley has lost its 59th victim to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Chelan Douglas Health District announced on Thursday the latest patient to die from the coronavirus is a Douglas County woman in her 90s. Now, this brings the total number of deaths in Chelan County to 42, 17 in Douglas County. The number of new cases has slowed, though, in the two-county region, but health authorities warn it's still imperative to mask up, wash your hands, and maintain social distancing. And despite those latest developments, we do have some positive numbers. The rate of new COVID-19 cases in our area has fallen to its lowest level since November 2nd. The Chelan Douglas Health District's weekly thermographic on Wednesday showed the infection rates had fallen to 209 cases per 100,000 residents over the past 2 weeks. That's down from 250 new cases per 100,000 residents in last week's report. The case numbers have been falling sharply for a number of weeks after peaking at more than 1,000 new cases back in mid-December. Grant County on Tuesday reported 371 new cases per 100,000 residents over the past 2 weeks. That's down from 488 cases per 100,000 earlier in the month. And on Wednesday, Okanagan County reported the lowest rate of new cases in their region at 88 per 100,000 residents. Of course, Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan counties comprise the North Central region of Governor Jay Inslee's Healthy Washington reopening plan. More than a year after admitting that she murdered her elderly mother, a Kashmir woman sentenced Thursday to 12 years in prison. 71-year-old Anita Burgess Jones pled guilty to second-degree murder in the killing of Catherine Burgess Wickzai, who was 96. Back in January of 2020, Jones called the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and told them she killed Ms. Wickzai in their Kashmir home the two women shared. The victim died from bludgeoning, knife wounds, and strangulation. Jones was suffering from severe mental health issues at the time. She told Judge Travis Brandt yesterday she had no explanation for why she committed the crime. Continuing snowfall means minor slowdown in work on trying to reopen Highway 2 in Pine Canyon. The State Department of Transportation says with too much snow blanketing the canyon's slopes, it's hard to find the cracks that was left behind by that February 2nd landslide until they can actually see the cracks. Work to stabilize the slope has to stop. The main route between East Wenatchee and Waterville has been closed since that landslide. Excuse me, but the work is expected to start again next week, wrap up by the last week in March. In the meantime, your only option is to use Badger Mountain Road, which has been seeing heavy traffic, as you might imagine. Finally, this morning, family, patients, and co-workers and a lot of others in the community mourning the passing of a longtime Confluence Health doctor, Jeffrey Clark. Confluence Health said Clark's wife, Karen, informed them that he died unexpectedly but peacefully in his sleep at the age of 65 on Sunday. Clark, in addition to being a popular internal medicine physician at Confluence for the past 23 years, is also well known for being an active outdoorsman. In a statement on Wednesday, Confluence CEO Dr. Peter Rutherford said the Confluence family is heartbroken over the loss of Dr. Clark, who Rutherford said loved and spoiled his patients. Rutherford said, and I'm quoting now, "With such a legacy of compassionate care, Dr. Clark is a piece of Confluence Health we will always remember," unquote. Condolences to the good doctor's family. 14 minutes after the hour, that is your news. Grant and Eric and Uriah and Cal and, I don't know, we got a bunch of people who show up to work. I know most of them. We put together a newscast for you at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock with a preview. Here's the anchor, Grant Olson.
Good morning, Dan. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, get ready for some rain and unseasonably warm temperatures over the next few days. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. And in sports, Eric Granstrom will have results of last night's Huskies, Cougars, and Gonzaga's men's college hoops action. That and all the day's news coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thank you, Grant. We'd love to hear from you. You can email us, news@ncwlife.com. You can use our Facebook page and use the Facebook Messenger app and drop us a note this way. If you go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, you see the contact icon on the screen. Click on it. A form pops up. You can either drop us a comment or submit a news tip, or you can call us at the number that you see on your screen. When we come back, victorious Gonzaga rolls right along. No real problems with St. Mary's last night at home. Cougars win, Huskies don't. Spring training news as well. Sports 1 minute away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel. Join the NCW Life Channel for coverage of the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant Saturday, February 27th. The countdown to coronation begins at 6 with the pageant to follow at 7. Coverage is sponsored by Boswell's Home Furnishings, August Edge Real Estate, and Save Mart. The Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant is available only on the NCW Life Channel, your local TV station.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
"16 minutes after the hour, sports. Cody Kispert led 4 starters in double figures. He had 20 points. Gonzaga, no problems with St. Mary's last night, 87-65. The final at the Kennel in Spokane. Joel Ayayi added 16 points. Drew Timme had 12. Andrew Nembhard 10. Bulldogs continue an unblemished season. They're 21-0. Gonzaga has won its 9th straight West Coast Conference regular season title. Highlights courtesy of Gonzaga Athletics. Yeah, they're good. Cougars, how do they do? Noah Williams, 24 points at halftime. At halftime, he had 32 for the game. It's a career high. Washington State bouncing back from a crushing loss to the Huskies on Sunday. They knocked off Cal. No issues there, 82-51. Coach Kyle Smith had nothing but praise for the sophomore guard out of Seattle.
I didn't know Noah had that in him, to be honest. I know he's a great competitor and he's fearless, and he just kind of was in attack mode all night. Didn't make too many bad decisions. Took a couple questionable ones, but he kind of does that anyway. And today they're going under the ball screens, and he just took advantage of it there. And then when he was able to turn the corners, he was able to get to the rim and was good defensively. He did a good job on Bradley. So he was really locked in. As a team, we had to talk about, we weren't very good against Washington. We let Sahonis and Stevenson really do whatever they want against us, and we had a really good purpose tonight and played really well. Noah started it.
Williams spoke to the press. He said the loss to the Huskies on Sunday was something he took personally, and he took to the court last night trying to prove that the Cougars were a better team than that.
I came in with a chip on my shoulder for sure. I was just here to play basketball. I mean, the game just flowed my way. It was a tough loss against UW that actually really hurt. That one actually hit home. So I just had to bounce back, and my teammates helped me, and it was a great team win.
Meanwhile, in Seattle, Stanford made 12 of their first 14 shots in the second half. They coasted from there, 79-61 over the Dogs. Reserve guard Cole Bahima scored a career-high 13 points for the Huskies. They've lost for the 6th time in 7 games. Coming up tomorrow, you got the Cougars hosting Stanford at 1 on ESPNU. San Diego visits Spokane to take on Gonzaga at 5 on ESPN2, and the Huskies entertain Cal at 7 on ESPNU. Haley Van Lith got back on the scoring track, 13 points last night to help the third-ranked Louisville Cardinals to an 82-58 whitewashing of Pittsburgh. Dana Evans, no surprise there, led the Cardinals with 29 points. Louisville is now 20-1 on the season, 13-1 in the ACC. But the Gonzaga women had their 17-game winning streak snapped last night. BYU came out on top, 61-56 the final there. Jen Worth led the way for the Bulldogs. She had 18 points and 10 rebounds. They were trailing by 3 with just 8 seconds left, and Gonzaga thought it earned a turnover off a jump ball, but the officials ruled the possession arrow was incorrect. BYU got the ball instead. The Cougars iced the game. Coming up today, your schedule: Washington State will host Colorado at noon. The Huskies will take on Utah tonight at 7. Gonzaga will try and bounce back from their first loss when they take on San Diego tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And on Sunday, Utah visits Pullman at noon, and Washington will host Colorado at 2. Spring training got underway for the Mariners yesterday in Peoria. Pitchers and catchers reporting. Of course, the big news, the return of the Big Maple. James Paxton, after a 2-year stint with the Yankees, general manager Jerry Dipoto said the deal started to take shape over the holidays.
Part of the process of free agency is that you're generally touching in, tapping in, tapping out in conversations with the free agents, first expressing interest, letting them know, where you may lie in the market and what your timing might be, but expressing that there is a fit for a given player. And we did that with Pax, I would say sometime around Thanksgiving or maybe before, is that initial contact with the Boris Corps. And when we stayed in touch throughout, just making sure that we constantly had our finger on the pulse. And obviously, as you just mentioned, myself, Justin, Scott Service were able to get out and watch Pax grow a couple of days before Christmas, and really couldn't have been more impressed. He was in wonderful physical condition. I don't want to be cliche, but it was the best shape I've ever seen him in. He looked great. And physically, before Christmas, he's throwing in the low 90s with great plane and looked absolutely free, which, is that's notable. That's not a typical thing for a major league pitcher at that time of the year.
There were a lot of major league teams trying to lure the Big Maple to their franchises, but in the end, Paxton said coming back to Seattle made sense.
It came down to it, and I really thought hard about it. And I think that coming back to Seattle was the best long-term decision for me, and looking forward in my career and what I want to do. I want to get back to being myself this year. I really struggled last year coming back from the back surgery, and I'm comfortable here in Seattle. I love the group here, and I'm excited to be part of it. When I look around the clubhouse here, and only the pitchers and catchers are here right now, but there's a lot of talent. A lot of young guys, a lot of good arms. I think that there's a tremendous potential here with this team. And over the next few years, I think that, and even this year, we could surprise some people, but especially over the next few years, this team's going to be in a great spot to compete and get into the playoffs and then see where it goes from there. But I really think that this team is going places.
Manager Scott Service says he's looking forward to seeing James Paxton in the mound and seeing his influence in the clubhouse.
I'm fired up about it. Obviously, we know what Pax can do and what he brings to the table for us. And having grown up as a Mariner, I think it's a great guy to put in our clubhouse with a lot of our young players. The one thing is that we are a much different operation now than we were a couple years ago when Pax is here, not just on the field, but kind of what's happening behind the scenes, and how we develop players and coach them up using all the resources that we have within the organization. So I'm excited to show him the changes that we've made, and he's excited to get on the field and be a contributor for us. So the key, with Pax is, coming off, the injuries, we kind of slow play it and make sure he's healthy. But, if he looks at all like he did this offseason when we saw him throw, I got no worries there.
Position players report over the weekend, and then the Mariners start playing Cactus League games 1 week from tomorrow against their stablemates down there in Peoria, the San Diego Padres. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. On this Friday, 25 minutes after the hour, I had 4 obscure holidays to choose from. Today is National Lash Day. Don't know what that is. National Chocolate Mint Day. National Caregivers Day. We love our caregivers, but I really like tartar sauce. Today is National Tartar Sauce Day, which is always celebrated on the Friday after Lent. Lent, of course, was Wednesday, And if you observe Lent, you don't eat meat. And a lot of people who observe Lent and don't eat meat eat fish. Ergo, tartar sauce. The history behind tartar sauce is so convoluted, I don't really know. Basically, it goes back to ancient Roman times, seems like almost everything. The real key to tartar sauce and its development was when they started to base tartar sauce on mayonnaise, and then things got a lot easier. But the big thing that made tartar sauce super duper popular in this country was back in 1946 when David Frisch created the first Big Boy. You remember the Big Boy restaurants with the guy holding the hamburger up there? And their signature hamburger, they put, instead of mayonnaise or Thousand Island dressing on the hamburger, they put tartar sauce on the hamburger. It became hugely popular. They began to sell their own homemade tartar sauce, which is still considered the best tartar sauce to be found anywhere. That's why I have the picture of the Big Boy and the red tartar sauce, which is available to you to buy in stores. Happy National Tartar Sauce Day. I have a friend who puts tartar sauce on almost everything. I think he puts tartar sauce on his tartar sauce. Today in history, I love Thomas Edison. As a person, he had issues, but by golly, he invented the phonograph. On this date, 143 years ago today, he patented the phonograph. He'd been working on this for a long time. Now, you could, before February 19th, 1878, when this was patented, you could record things, but you couldn't play them back. What Thomas Edison figured out, and he patented with the phonograph, is you to record it, and then you could play it back on the same machine you recorded it on. Bingo! We have something here. And Thomas Edison, because he invented the phonograph, has made me a poorer man because I spend my money on records. Oh boy, sorry Japanese Americans, you're going to go to internment camps. U.S. President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, 79 years ago today, Executive Order 9066, relocating Japanese Americans to internment camps. It's now known as the Day of Remembrance, and it is celebrated here in Washington State. We were the first state to recognize Day of Remembrance. Over 2/3 of the people who were Japanese by ethnicity were incarcerated, 70,000 of them. They were American citizens. They were born in America. The only problem is that their parents were not. So it was off to the Japanese internment camps. By the way, not a single Japanese American citizen or Japanese national residing in the United States was ever found guilty of sabotage or espionage. And 45 years ago today, and 37 years after it was implemented, Gerald R. Ford, the President of the United States, signed Executive Order 9066, rescinding the previous one. So there we go. Still not one of our better chapters in our history. Birthdays. He was a lawyer, a mathematician, he was an astronomer, a physician, a translator, a teacher, a diplomat, an economist, a governor, and he figured out way back when that the sun is the center of the universe and not the earth. And for that, Nicholas Copernicus was mocked during his lifetime. He was born in this state in 1473, and for somebody who was born in the 15th century, he lived a long time. Lived to the age of 70. He was Polish, of course, by nature, and thanks to him, we got it figured out. We probably would have done it anyway, but it was Nicholas Copernicus who said, no, the sun's in the middle, not us. Lee Marvin, the great American actor, served with honor in the United States Marine Corps in the Pacific Theater in World War II. Then he became an actor. The man who shot Liberty Balance, The Wild One, Cat Ballou, The Dirty Dozen, Paint Your Wagon. Lee Marvin, born in the state in 1924, died at the age of 63 in 1987. When you talk about sports in the Pacific Northwest, growing up a Seahawk fan, you listened to Pete Gross. For the Sonics, it was Bob Blackburn, and for the Mariners, my oh my, it was Dave Niehaus. It's hard to believe that Dave Niehaus has been gone for over 10 years now. He was born in the state in 1935. Of the 5,385 Mariner games that were played, when he was the play-by-play guy, he broadcast 5,284 of those. Once he got into his 70s, he started to back off on his workload a little bit. He would take some time off here and there, but we miss Dave. Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It's grand salami time. And Smokey Robinson. Bob Dylan called Smokey Robinson America's greatest living poet, and I think Bob may be right. The music of Smokey Robinson, the songs that he wrote, not just for the Miracles, but for the entire stable of Motown artists, are part of the American musical canon. The legendary Smokey Robinson in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is 81 years old today. Going to take a break. We have an opinion from Mike McNaughty, and then 2 interviews, one with Darcy Christopherson, making her very first appearance here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And then we had a chance to go visit our friends at Sure to Rise Bakery at their brand new location. We had fun, as you will see. They're both coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Winco, we're working to save you money. Every aisle, every department, every day. Winco.
There are so many possibilities for you to learn local right here at Wenatchee Valley College. Take classes towards a degree or certificate in more than 50 areas of study. Wenatchee Valley College now offers a large variety of virtual classes, including labs, sign language, music, and machining, and they have the resources to help you succeed in virtual classes. So when a college degree is your goal, learn local at Wenatchee Valley College.
Yahoo Wenatchee Valley, Super Sale has begun. Savings up to 50% off quality brands such as Joseph, Tribal, Karen Kane, Nick and Zoe, Habitat, French Dressing, selected sweaters, tunics, jackets, jeans, handbags, wallets, jewelry, boots, etc., etc. Freshen your wardrobe. Help us make room for all the new spring fashions. Comfy and cute styles will be shipping soon. Collins and Brighton have a Darling Heart necklace as a gift with the Brighton purchase of $100 or more. Thank you for shopping local at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
What is it about Tipsy Canyon Winery that keeps people coming back? Is it the magnificent view from the hillside tasting room? Is it the exceptional but affordable wines? Or is it just the fact that you feel right at home from the minute you walk through the door? Actually, it's all this and more. Experience the Tipsy Canyon Winery located just outside of Manson. Your new home away from home.
Chelan Wireless is your Verizon authorized retailer featuring the latest iPhone and Android devices. Personal or business, they have the plan and the customer service you're looking for.
In these challenging times, Bear Foods is open and ready to help. From health to diet to home, we are here to take care of your needs. Bear Foods, the good food store.
From home furnishings to the latest in home entertainment technology, Deepwater Home and Electronics can provide the selection and the connection for your wireless world.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, a Christian friend of mine recently posted something on Facebook that said something like this. God made men and women, and nothing that we think, do, or feel is going to change that. Well, I suggest folks who feel that way, they should do a little research into people who are intersex and learn a little bit about these folks who were born with undefined sexual physiology. I'm sorry, it's true. There are. Okay. There are indeed those among us who are not clearly male or female, either physically, chemically, and or emotionally. And maybe it's time that we grasp the biblical concept of compassion and mercy, rather than clinging to the non-biblical idea that we are supposed to judge others who are different from us and whom we don't understand. Or maybe we shouldn't judge those who don't agree with our personal theology. Well, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks, so bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
I am Dan Koontz. 1 week from tomorrow, February 27th, the Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant takes place at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Just a few people will be in the audience. The whole thing has now kind of been geared to make it a television show, which works out great because we're a television station. We'll talk about that in just a little bit with Darcy Christofferson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, making her very first appearance on the program. Hi, Darcy.
Hi.
How you doing?
How are you? I'm good. Good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Let's talk about a very unique night on the 27th. We will be broadcasting the pageant in its entirety with built-in commercial breaks. This has never happened before because normally we show up with our cameras and we're simply broadcasting your event. Now we're kind of it's more of a partnership really in that respect, isn't it?
Yes, it's a total partnership, and it's been awesome to work with Eric and the crew. It's been kind of a learning experience for our Lions Club and for the girls too, of course. And actually the girls, they really don't know it any other way, but just to do stuff on TV and have to have cues for commercial breaks, that's just so weird for us. But actually it's been really kind of fun and different. The committee's having a great time, and we are loving working with the PAC and Michael Locke. So there's been some very, very good positives, but yes, it is different. And because of phase 2, we're super excited that we're able to have the parents involved and have them in the audience, and last year's royalty and some dignitaries from last year. And of course, our award presenters will be in the audience. So we're super excited to be able to at least have some kind of an audience.
Yeah, and for the television viewer, and that's pretty much the only way you're going to be able to watch it, you're not going to see a great deal of difference. All the usual things, the awards, the crowning, everything is going to be like it always has been in years past. The only difference is that we have scheduled built-in commercial breaks as opposed to we do the first act, you have intermission, and then the second act, including the awards. And that tells me that actually might be advantageous for the girls because they get to take a breather when in past pageants, it's a show and it just kind of keeps going.
Yeah, it'll be kind of, we just have less announcements and less verbiage from our MCs. So really, I think it'll be the same, just because we're not talking as much in the audience. So I think it'll work out okay. I think the weirdest part will be for people that have gone to pageant in the past that are able to be live there. It'll just be really different. It'll be like the Golden Globes, where commercial break, everybody get up and do this. I mean, it'll be different for the live people. I don't think it'll be really that different for the girls. And again, the girls don't know it any other way. This whole process for them has been, I don't know it any other way, so this is great. So it's going to be fun. I'm super excited. We had our last meeting Tuesday, and everybody's ready to rock and roll. So we do our set building on Sunday just like normal. Our rehearsals will be normal. So we're ready.
And it's going to be a unique broadcast in this thing. The first hour of the broadcast, featuring our very own Eric Granstrom and 1974 Queen Julie Agins Koontz, there's going to be kind of I want to say a telethon. How would you describe it?
Yeah, we're kind of calling it just an ask, basically. We still are unknown, of course, if we're going to have a festival this year. We don't even know what phase 3 is, or if there is even a phase 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. I mean, we have no idea what is happening. So our festival dates are April 22nd through May 2nd. So we're still on hold, hoping that we can do those dates, but it, you know, it really is up to our governor and our health district to say yes or no. So our concern is that would be 2 festivals if for some reason we don't have a festival. Even if we do have a festival, it's still going to be different. It'll be definitely different than it's been before. So our concern is that we're going to be okay, but we really need to kind of think of future festivals and get that money back into the bank to take care of future festivals. So we are asking people if they would be willing to donate some dollars to the Apple Blossom Festival. You'd be recognized as a sponsor. You know, any amount is amazing, you know, $50, $25, $100, whatever you feel the need to donate. And like I said, you'd be recognized as a sponsor. You know, the fan cutouts, that was huge for us. That pretty much is taking care of our expenses for pageant. And we have no income coming in for pageant except for those fan cutouts. So that right there helped us get through pageant. So now we're going to need a little bit of help to get through future festivals and rebuild that you know, account that has kind of dwindled because we haven't had festivals.
Well, Apple Blossom has given so much to the community over the last 101 years. I think the least we could do is chip in and help you guys out every 102 years. Here, we'll give you money this time. You know, it's the least we can do. The Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant again Saturday, the 27th. Special thanks to Cashmere Valley Bank, who's been the sponsor of the pageant for 8 million years, and the Wenatchee Central Lions Club, too. What's that, Darcy?
Yeah, to all of our sponsors. I mean, that's one thing that we are going to definitely make note of at pageant. But, you know, we will survive this, and it is because of our sponsors still continuing their sponsorship. They know the same thing, that we don't know what our outcome's going to be and if we're having a festival or not. And just to have these people still send these checks in the mail, it's just overwhelming and awesome. So we're just asking for again, a little bit more help just to kind of get us through the unknown, I guess.
Well, I'm going to do my part, Darcy, because we love the Apple Blossom Festival. We love being a part of it here at the NCW Life Channel. Best of luck on the 27th, okay?
Okay. You have fun on your trip. Sorry you're missing it.
Hey, well, golf calls and Phoenix calls, so what do you do? So, Darcy Christopherson, the administrator of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, making her very first appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Danny, say bye-bye. Darcy, say bye-bye.
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 Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I-dos to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the house plants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Coons. We are alongside the riverfront at the brand new second location of Shirtle Rise Bakery. That means you don't have to go to Cashmere to get the gooey treats that makes your tummy feel all nice and warm. Jason's to my far left. He's one of the guys who, what is your title?
Owner.
Owner. And who's this gentleman right to my immediate left?
I'm Joel.
Joel, and what's your job here, Joel?
I am part owner as well.
How did you two team up to form this obviously award-winning partnership, Joel?
My wife and I purchased the Cashmere location last year, and my brother lived in Arizona. We wanted him to come home, so we decided to take on this business adventure to get him back up here. So,
do you have a natural affinity for donuts and pastries and cool things like any other bakery would have?
And obviously, Jason, you've lost a lot of weight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We try everything we bake. We got to make sure it's up to the quality for the general public. So with that comes a little bit of weight gain. So that's where he's coming from with that.
Never trust a skinny baker. That's what we're doing. What are you doing right now? I know we're right in before the big busy rush hour. What are you doing right now, my friend?
Right now I'm making some white bread for our deli sandwiches.
And how are the deli sandwiches?
Absolutely delicious.
So the bread is absolutely fresh. I mean, as fresh can be.
Yep, it's all fresh.
So where do the ingredients come from? Your own recipes, stuff you picked up along the way? Tell me how you know what goes into what.
So we got all the ingredients from the previous owner of Sure to Rise Bakery in Kashmir. So we bought all that with the business. So.
And obviously some loyalty as well, because not only have their customers stayed with you, but you've actually gained customers.
Yep, absolutely.
So obviously business is good enough that you felt that you could open up a second location.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we all know everybody knows about the Kashmir location. Been out there over 50 years, in the current location for 34 to 37 years. When we took it over, younger, innovative, we're looking to grow the business. The previous owners were comfortable just as is where it was. So initially, him and I were going to go into wholesale, partner with restaurants and do that. With COVID and the way that panned out, didn't work out. So we fell upon this doorstep. Fast forward 3 to 4 months, here we are. A lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of investments, and we're cranking. This is day 3, and things are going really well. So.
Yeah, it's Thursday as we tape this. We're going to air this on Friday. Your soft opening was on Tuesday. Were you always looking from the time you took over the already existing Sure to Rise Bakery? Was one of your first goals from the get-go, get a location in the Wenatchee Valley?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we're not going to stop here. I think we'll probably put ourselves on a growth plan to hopefully be involved in a couple more locations in the next few years. We want to fine tune this and see what it looks like, kind of having 2 teams, 2 locations, and then as this grows, as we're seeing growth in Kashmir as well, we'll start reaching out to other areas and take a look at logistics and demographics and what else can we do to grow. So yeah.
This is going to sound like a stupid question, but why do people love this place so much?
Because it's so darn delicious. Here's what I'll tell you. The donuts, we literally have people that come over from Seattle, put in special orders for donuts. Our donuts those are the go-to. People talk about them all over the state. Everything is from scratch. So, and we don't put any preservatives in anything we make. So, yeah.
Am I keeping you from work, by the way, by standing here and?
I'm watching it.
Okay.
That will take some time.
So, is it okay with you, Jason? I'd like to maybe take a little tour behind the scenes because we're in areas where people can't access. But hey, I'm a celebrity. I can do this. So I'll let you get back to work. And where do you want to go from here, my friend?
Okay, so we'll head this way. Watch out for that bucket. So, like I said, most of the magic happens here. This is our prep table. It's where we make all the doughs. Everything starts at the mixer, hits the table. From there, depending on what dough we're doing, we have our dough sheeter here, which is where we can thin doughs.
You can't say dough sheeter on television, by the way.
Right? Dough sheet, 2 E's. And then from there, it gets put onto the table. I don't think we'll be able to catch him doing much from a table prep perspective today, just the way that the time fell. But you'll get to see, some fancy handwork, rolling the doughs, things like that. So it gets pretty cool there. From there, everything moves this way.
Who's this?
This is Deb. This is Joel's wife. So
oh, hi.
Hi. As well.
You married way up there, buddy.
Yeah. Married a small one.
Yeah. It's funny you wear eyeglasses, but obviously your vision isn't very good. As I look at your husband, I don't want to cast aspersions or anything like that.
Yeah. He said don't trust a skinny baker, so I trust my husband because he has the weight.
So this is a real family thing because I know Gina is here with you, and then you got this couple. So do you have to be married in order to work here?
No. Well, apparently the standards you got to be married to be an owner, but outside of that, no.
So what do you do here besides give your husband a bad time?
Well, I'm the baker.
Yeah. She's the baker. Okay.
She is a wizard in the kitchen, behind the scenes. She does a lot of all the cakes, everything that takes an articulate hand motion, the decorating. I mean, she's phenomenal. So everything that you've seen from a picture perspective or that you guys have seen out there on Facebook, that all comes from her. And she does a lot of training with some of our other folks in Kashmir. But yeah, I tell Jill, I say, you know, all the time, she's a wizard in the kitchen and behind the scenes. So she does a lot of that for us.
Was there any concern at all that the second location wasn't going to fly, that maybe you were biting off a little bit more than you could chew? But obviously it's not the case. But was that anywhere in the back of your mind? I'll let you both answer that.
No, we crazy. And it so far exceeded our expectations in the first 2 days, and then today, day 3, exceeding our expectations as well. So,
talk about the location. How important it is to be down here at the Riverside Apartments, right by the river, as we're going to get past winter into spring, more activity. This location is everything. Is it working out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The only issue that we've seen so far is parking. So, but there's a couple different things that are going to play into that. So. We have the new hotel that's going to be going up out here. That across the way will turn into all parking. And then we have an app. We had to get open. Unfortunately, our app was not ready, but our app will launch hopefully next week. And that'll allow customers to put in their order online or from the comfort of their home, drive right up. We got a description of their vehicle and the receipt that prints out, and then we walk their order right out to them. So
that's a great idea.
Exactly. That app will launch, we're hoping by Monday of next week.
Cool. I'm loving it. Where to now, my friend?
This is where all the magic happens regarding the sandwiches. You know, all the fresh breads, everything baked daily here. From here, we got the oven. This is where all the magic happens after the mix, after the baking table.
How much of this equipment was here when you moved in?
We bought all the equipment with it. We're getting the space, but it's also a business investment for us because we own including the walk-in cooler and freezer. We own every piece of equipment in this building that you see, including the cases, everything. So it was a really good investment because they gave us a really good deal on it. Riverside 9 actually purchased a lot of this equipment for tenants when they first opened up. First tenant that was here didn't work out, so we got to take advantage of that and just purchase it all. So, yeah.
One of my older brothers has a gig in government. I can't remember what it is. He has something. He works for the city. I can't remember what he does. Yeah. And I was asking him. I said, "What's the deal with this riverfront development?" So what's going on? I said, he goes, it's a market-driven economy, and the people who are coming in and building apartments like Riverside 9, like the ones on Fifth Street, like the bigger ones going down, all of it. He said, this is where it's happening now, and as long as the market bears out, and they think it is, because these people aren't idiots, they're not going to build where people aren't going to rent. You're in a spot that is just now beginning to find its potential.
Absolutely, and in 2016, when they built this location and they built these apartments, they were hanging out at about 45 to 55% capacity in the apartment homes. Today, as we stand, we're at 90 to 95%. I think they only got like 10 or 12 apartments available for rent right now. So, and they really embrace, and us as business owners here really embrace this community. So, you know, we run monthly specials for just the tenants here. So we're going to embrace them and the community as well. But, you know, we keep these guys that are living in these apartments close to us. So.
What's the most popular item on the menu for you lunch folks who want to come down and grab a homemade sandwich with fresh bread? What's your hottest seller?
So right now it's really any of the sandwiches. Those have done really well. So the breads that we're using right now, just standard white, standard wheat, sourdough, rye, French, which is the hoagie roll, and then our cheese breads. So let me grab a loaf here.
He's grabbing a loaf of cheese bread. This is television history right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. So this is a loaf. This is a garlic bread. It's a cheese garlic bread. So these breads and our sourdough breads are kind of the staple, the signature. We literally get people, like I said, that come over from all over the state strictly to buy our sourdough bread. So it's been the sandwiches have been super popular. I'd probably say 90% of the sandwiches we're making are on sourdough. So the sandwiches, we are going to continue to expand. So we're learning along with the community on needs of the customers and things like that. So we will look at doing, we're finding out that having the espresso, which we've never had in our Cashmere location, is giving us an opportunity to look at breakfast items. So we are working on, today as we speak, a breakfast burrito. So we'll have breakfast burrito, breakfast sandwiches, paninis, things like that. So it'll just continue to be a work in progress. But right now the go-to lunch, definitely any one of the sandwiches.
So what's next for you guys? What's next for Sure to Rise Bakery? A third location, an expanded menu, delivery? What do you got? What do you got working in that addled brain of yours?
Yeah. So what we would like to do. So we have 2 retail locations. Our next move would hopefully could be doing wholesale. We already actually own all the equipment to start a wholesale right now. In that case, we would partner with all the business owners, restaurants, you know, Bob's Classics, Bob's Burger and Brews, and do their breads for them. We already actually do all the wild huckleberries. We do several different accounts, Valley Cafe, Freshburg Cafe in Leavenworth, Andreas Keller. So they order all their breads through us. So we'd like to do wholesale next, get that up and going, and then from there, look at another third or fourth location, retail.
Life is good for Sure to Rise Bakery, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's going really well.
So to recap, first of all, the Cashmere location ain't going anywhere. I mean, that's locked and loaded. You're now here at the Riverside in the 700 block down at Riverside. You can't miss it. Just look for all the people. And the only bad thing about COVID to me is that you can't smell anything with a mask on, because this is a bakery.
I know, absolutely. And it truly, in the mornings before we open up for the customers and we're back there doing our stuff and we have the masks on, I mean, it smells phenomenal in here. Cinnamon rolls and cinnamon breads and, the fresh sourdough. But yeah, you're right. It's you don't walk in and get that, depending on the mask you wear, you might be able to smell through it. But, for the most part, you're right. You don't get that great bakery smell right when you walk in. So thank you, COVID, for that.
And for all the latest, they have a really cool Facebook page. It's very well maintained, and it's Sure to Rise Bakery. So it's you're sure to have a tummy full of good stuff. Thanks for letting me come down and disrupt your day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, regarding the Facebook, when we made our first official post for the opening here, it actually reached so much so we had to go back and rebuy additional supplies, but it reached 17,000 people, and it was all just nothing but phenomenal reviews. People love our Cashmere location. So the community has really given us a warm welcome these last few days, so we're excited.
Well, you show a little passion, you do your job right, it kind of self-works from there, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Thanks for letting us come down. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure, my friends. We're here at Sure to Rise Bakery, their second location right here on the Wenatchee Riverfront, and you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Wenatchee Power Sports not only has a new owner, but an all-new attitude to match. Speaking of attitude, check out the 2021 models arriving now. Polaris snowmobiles, ATVs and side-by-sides. Yamaha motorcycles, watercraft ATVs and side-by-sides. KTM motorcycles and the latest edition Beta high-performance motorcycles. Coming this fall, a huge demo event featuring the latest and hottest off-road machines. It's all at the retuned Wenatchee Power Sports, where maximum performance is a way of life. 3031 GS Center Road in North Wenatchee, open Tuesday through Saturday.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Today, we're doing some employee development with our technicians.
Today, we're going to learn how to give our home a hug.
It's not just a motto, but a unique way that Patriot technicians care for your home.
Oh, no, come on. You really got to get in there and get your arms around it, give it a good embrace. All right, hey, good job.
I think the training is going really well.
Heating and cooling will give your home a hug.
Merry Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Merry Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Merry Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Merry Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
All right, if you stand on your tiptoes, you can see the weekend from here. What does Mother Nature have in store for us? Well, it's going to be another day of what we've had over the last couple of days. I hope we get to 41. We haven't come close to our projected afternoon high, but that's what they say as the fog continues to burn off, and we'll have some sunshine this afternoon. 27 or so for the overnight low. Bountiful sunshine Saturday, no morning fog to worry about 43 or 44. Then things start changing on Sunday and Monday as an atmospheric river begins to come through. Considerably warmer. Snow in the upper elevations. Rain here in the Wenatchee Valley will be in the 50s. By the time we get into Monday, I'm liking that, so watch for some snowmelt. Quite a bit of snowmelt, really, especially on Sunday night and Monday. You notice the overnight low Sunday night in the 40s. As far as the passes are concerned, real quick, traction tires are required on I-90 and required on Stevens, advised on Blewett. Significant snow in the mountain passes, especially Saturday night and Sunday. They're going to be measuring the snowfall in feet, not inches. I am off next week. Eric will be in. I hope I'm not Wally pipped. Take care. Bye-bye.